Hey polish fans, it's Caroline again, and welcome to another video here at Lacquer. In today's video, I have two Goodwill bags to open for you guys. I found these at one of my local Goodwills recently, and I couldn't resist because these bags have some really beautiful fall colors, and they were only $4.99 each. So it looks like there's about 6 polishes. 5 or 6. So 5 polishes in one with 2 top coats, and then 6 polishes in the other. So let's go ahead and see what I got. I think we're going to open up the one with the top coats first. This one has a bunch of Sally Hansen. I also found it interesting that they double bagged them this time. I wish they would do that more often because there's always open bags. The first two are these top coats from Sally Hansen in their Miracle Gel line. I was going to say I thought that they were different from each other, but they do seem to appear to be the same top coat. One's just in newer packaging, newer label. They seem to be in pretty good shape. It's kind of hard to tell with this metallic finish on the exterior of the bottle how full they are, but they are in good shape, so I can at least use these as top coats on my swatches. All right, so these were the colors that I was excited about. We'll just get the one that I was least excited about out of the way. This one is a new to me brand called Jasmine Labelle, and the name of this polish is Ballet Slippers. Really? Red ballet slippers. Okay, so this looks like a pretty nice boutique-y brand. I'm not really sure. Who knows? It could come from the 5 and dime for all I know. But it is a pretty like jelly red base. My regulars will know that red polishes aren't exactly my favorite. It's not like I collect them or anything like that. I don't wear them too often, but this is a pretty deep shade of red. I mean, it's not your traditional bright lipstick red, although by comparison to a deeper tone, it is brighter. I think we will go ahead and do a swatch of this one because I am curious how it will look. Like I said, it seems like it's a jelly formula. Oh, wow. Okay, well, it might be slightly squishy on the brush, but it is pretty opaque in that first coat. Wow, that is pretty impressive. I will say though, on that swatch, it is brighter than it is in the bottle. We'll have to see how it ends up looking when it's dry. Perhaps it will deepen up. But so far, I've got to say it's probably not one that I will keep. I do have a number of reds that I really, really like. Of the shades of red that I tend to like, they are usually more in this shade where they're like a burgundy or a brown leaning red, a bit of a deeper, richer shade. So we'll probably be putting that on the D-stash. But we'll come back and do a second coat and just see how it is. We'll give that a second to dry though. Next up, we're going to do the OPI. This one is called Kazu Melted in the Sun. I'm pretty sure I don't have this one. I'm trying to decide if I would like it though. It's somewhat of like a pink metallic, not quite a rose gold because there isn't enough copper in this for my description of a rose gold. I don't think I would wear this. I think I will go ahead and put this in the D-stash. The next one is from Sally Hansen in their Insta-Dry line called Mobbit. This is, I don't know, I would almost describe this as more of like a nude or a peach. Mauve is not really a descriptor I would use it for this particular shade, although maybe I'm wrong. However, the shade on the brush is actually kind of growing on me. It's not quite as flesh toned in person as I feel like it's coming across on camera. It's almost, well, there you go. That's actually more color accurate. See the richness compared to my skin tone. There is a peachy quality to it that's even more pronounced in person. So I think I do want to at least try that one out and see. Actually, while we're at it, we'll just go ahead and do swatches because I do think I actually might like it, oddly enough. It's a rather unique color. So there it is on my skin tone. Again, I think on camera it's washing it out a little bit to more of a peachy flesh tone, but it is much more saturated than that in person. I do like it, but I think I will go ahead and de-stash it. I don't know. I think I just don't reach for that type of shade, and it is more interesting in the bottle than I was initially giving it credit for, but I just don't know that I would reach for it. Yeah, we're just going to go with it. Okay, so the two that I was excited about were these two here. The first one is Sally Hansen's in their Insta-Dry line called Cinesnap. The name does sound familiar, but I couldn't remember if I had it or not. So this is a really beautiful deep burgundy shade. Look at the color. So pretty. We're going to do a swatch of this one as well because we're on a roll. See how this looks. Look at that. Wow. Very, very, very pretty. sort of falls into a slightly brown leaning red with that burgundy tone. This one I really, really like. I will have to double check if I have it already. If I do, I will add this one to the D-stash. If I don't, I will add this to my pile of colors to compare for my fall rack, because I have a lot, I'm sure, in this shade range, but it is one that I really, really enjoy. So that was Sally Hansen's Cinesnap. Nope, that one goes over there. Okay. The next one is also a Sally Hansen, and the last one in this first bag. And this one is called Beat, Pray, Love. This was definitely in my wish list. I don't remember where I heard this name. It was probably on someone's YouTube channel, and I absolutely loved this color. So let me go ahead and swatch this one as well. Like I said, we're on a swatch roll. Oh yeah, this is a beautiful mauve shade. Beautiful color there. I really love this kind of color. I can see why they put beet in the name, because this is like a muted beet shade. Really, really gorgeous. So that one's definitely going to go in the collection. I'm not too sure I would have that many to compare it to, but I might have a few. All right, let's go ahead and do the second coat of this one from Jasmine and just see if second coat richens it up at all. Not really. This is definitely a squishy formulation. I, in person, do not see any difference whatsoever in that second coat. I just don't know that I would reach for this, so we'll go ahead and put that in the D-stash. So we've got 3 for the D-stash and 2 for my collection. On to bag number 2. I just noticed this has one of the same polishes that we just unboxed, but oh well. We'll just get that one out of the way. We have 2 Beat, Pray, Loves. Oh my goodness, we have 2 of them. So one of them will go in the D-stash, one of them will go in my collection. The first one that we're going to look at that is new is OPI's Madam President. This is a really beautiful shade of deep fuchsia in like a cream finish. I don't think I see any additional flakies or shimmer particles or anything like that. This is definitely one that I don't have. If I'm remembering correctly, this might have come out in like the Washington DC collection. Is that right? I could be mistaken, but I know there was a Washington DC collection that was rather popular. I don't remember if this one came from it or not, but I don't have it, so we'll add that to the collection. The second one is definitely one that I was excited to see. This is another OPI. This is called Have Your Panettone and Eat It Too. This is one of those shades of orange that I have been loving for fall. It's sort of this burnt yellow leaning orange, and I am pretty positive I didn't have this one, so I wanted to add it to the collection. Just to compare it to a couple of colors that you may already have or seen. The first one is Spice to Meet You by China Glaze, and China Glaze is darker by comparison. In a similar sort of a burnt yellow leaning orange color though. Color family. So yeah, we're definitely adding that one to the collection. The next one is also an OPI. This one is called 7 Wonders of OPI. I'm pretty sure this is another one that I don't have. It looks like someone got it at maybe TJ Maxx or Marshall's, and it's a gorgeous shade of lilac or lavender, a little on the dusty side. I love colors like this, so this is probably one that I will have to come back and do some comparisons of. I have quite the growing list of those to do, but this is a really pretty color, so I will be adding that to the collection. The last 2 are from Sally Hansen, both in their Insta-Dry line and both from their Prismatic Shine collection. This first one is called Glow Getter, and it's a really beautiful shimmer polish. You have this very light pink leaning purple shimmer base, and then you've got shifts to like a red and gold, which is completely freaking my camera out. But absolutely gorgeous. This one is probably going to be fairly sheer. That way you can see all of the shimmer through all of the layers. You don't drown it out. So we'll have to see how this compares to some shimmer polishes already in my collection. I do like it since it is a purple leaning color, but we will have to see if it's unique in my collection or if it is dupable. But for the time being, we'll add it to the collection. That was Glow Getter. And the last one is another fall shade, Sally Hansen's Conjure Copper. This is a shimmer polish in a larger particle, just to compare it to that last one that we looked at. This one has more of a smooth, like small particle shimmer, whereas this one you can actually see the individual like micro flakies. This is a really beautiful shade. It's definitely copper leaning. You also have some gold flashes in there, but this is another that I definitely don't have. So we'll add that to the collection, play around with it over some colors. That was Conjure Copper. So there you have it. What did we end up with? Let's see. All in all, we had 3 OPIs, 3 Sally Hansens of the ones I'm keeping, 2 top coats, and then 2 dupes of the same polish, but another Sally Hansen in the Miracle Gel line. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 polishes that I was keeping, 2 top coats for $10, and then 4 that are going in the D-stash. Not bad at all, especially for the OPIs, and of course even the Sally Hansens. I mean, those are like $8 for at least the Miracle Gel at most drugstores, so really great deal. I think I got some really nice colors. I have some comparisons to do from these, of course. But yeah, really excited to add this one, especially to my fall rack. But yeah, overall, a really great deal for some polishes. So if you've had any luck finding polishes at Goodwill, let me know down below. Also, if you're new, make sure to hit the little subscribe button down below. That way you don't miss out on any of my new videos. As always, thank you so much for hanging out with me and looking at some really pretty polish, and I will see you in that next one.